So now, Immolation comes in. Now we need to keep account of Judgment Day. So we have +1. I'm probably going to get this completely wrong, but hey. Let's fire off another one. Now you can see Anima's MP has dropped to 0, which is already a massive problem because we kind of need to heal. So we can't heal properly anymore. And also, this menu obviously shouldn't be here. This is just, I think this is a hacked, like, modded save file. That's why it's here. I'm not going to use it, but just in the name of being able to see what's going on. It's immune to the effects, is it? Did I not get hit? Does Armor Break not work here? What? They're immune to Armor Break. I kind of forgot about that. It's been so long. It's okay, fine. The Armor Break's not a problem, but the MP is. Fine. We'll get all the damage we can still. Thank you, Rhoda. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I kind of forgot about the no breaks thing. So I guess if you really want to maximize maximize your opportunities here, then you need to like come into this with basically max HP. It's another reason why an Elemental Aeon would serve you well. Is there something wrong there? Like, I'm pretty sure they're immune to statuses anyway, but like they're immune to the breaks too, right? It's been a long time. Yeah. Okay. Coryphean must be on a work call, otherwise he would have quickly cleared it up, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're so used to Calamity not working anyway, that like Immolation, like the gameplay loop of Penance is always basically, because you never normally take Penance on with Aeon, the gameplay loop is always you get hit with Immolation, you dispel, and then you keep going. So like not seeing it on there for a moment was just like, wait, what? But he's right, Calamity normally would give you the breaks as well. So yeah, it is worth coming into this phase with as much HP as possible. And I have not been keeping track of Judgment Day. That was not smart. I wonder if there's a way, like with the Magus Sisters, if you can kill the arms. We Lancer back some MP. I guess. Yeah, Anima can stay in the game a little while longer here. Yeah, completely forgot. I thought once like the Immolation phase started, Anima would be dead pretty fast, but unfortunately the drains don't heal faster than Immolation, so it's only a matter of time. But does that mean if you had an Elemental Aeon here? Nah, you only get like one more set of turns. Because obviously you can't get more. I guess you can get MP back maybe 3 times. But it would give you like a decent amount of extra damage possibility, I think. If you came in and like then you Lancetted this one for more MP, so you get at least 3 sets of heals possibly. But either way, it's not sustainable. Like a single Aeon for like 9 million HP you just won't be able to do. But if you're doing this, like if I was doing this again and like trying to do it as efficiently and quickly as possible, I'd definitely try to have as much HP as possible before transitioning to this phase. Because you don't get broken, it chips away relatively slow, so you get to do a lot of damage before you're eventually killed. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, I guess it brought you in a little bit late. Yeah, let's see if we can get MP back from the arms. I assume we can. I kind of forgot. Yeah. Kind of want to survive until Judgment Day now. But I don't think I can. I'd rather Anima took the first Judgment Day. But now just about survived this one. Yeah, especially because I didn't track Judgment Day. Basically, this phase of the fight still remains problematic because you'd have to track Judgment Day and you can't let your sisters get hit by Judgment Day. Kuraga, like, I think it heals like maybe a couple thousand more, but it's also slower. I kind of like the speed of double cast. But I think it could probably work better. Let's see. Okay, right. I think now we're well and truly stuck. Well, actually we didn't get this one yet, did we? So I'm just trying to hold out for Judgment Day here. I think this time I will Kuraga. I forgot, Drain is quicker, but Double Cast is not. So I think Kuraga is the right move. Obviously you do extra chip damage by using Drain every time. You would, like, over the course of a long fight, you're going to end up doing a few extra 100,000 maybe to Penance, but Kuraga will heal more. So for now it's like full survival mode here. And well, I guess we can shield. So I'm going to speed up now because these animations will take a long time. So yeah, only 2,800 damage there. So the plan is to try and hold out until you can just Lancet him to death. Each individual drain counts, right? I think we can still get to Judgment Day here. I think we might have enough in the tank. But yes, you can only basically get 3 extra sets of MP here, and then that's it. No, Drain doesn't do more against the arms, it's the same. Okay, there's Judgment Day, that's oddly enough what I wanted to see. And now we can try and count it properly. It needs to be 20. So it's +1 every time you do HP damage to Penance. And it's +1 every time Penance uses a move. So now we need to track things properly. So now the question is, what is modded in this version for this particular situation? Because obviously normally you would never be able to resummon, but in the immolation phase, things are a little bit different. So what's going to happen here is that immolation will always hit Waka, and I believe Calamity also will only hit Waka. Korethian can, of course, if he's around, he can confirm if that's correct. And so, again, this is where like things get even more stupidly RNG, because obviously Immolation normally can hit anybody, but we're going to have it so they only hit Waka. And Calamity only hits Waka as well, I think. So, I guess, could Calamity hit Yuna? I think Calamity could probably hit Yuna. I don't think it would matter. Would it matter? He doesn't need to use her overdrive. And if she has brakes on, it doesn't matter if she never gets hit by immolation anyway. So I guess Yuna could probably get hit too. But in any case, that's generally what's going to happen here. So let's wait. Yeah, so apparently Calamity can hit Riku. That's why she needs to be curse-proof. Okay, maybe Calamity can hit anybody. Fine. Okay. Yeah, I think... yeah, Carithian made it so that Calamity can hit any of them, and I think that's probably his way of kind of basically reducing the RNG as much as possible. Yeah. We definitely need everyone in auto life before resummoning. So there's the second one. So normally I think you're supposed to engineer the turns here so that Riku gets a turn in first. Wait, what? Where's our Phoenix Downs? We don't have an auto Phoenix. I had the wrong armor on. No! This must have been from Dark Anima. That's funny. RIP! That's silly. I totally forgot. I wasn't even sure I'd get this far. That's funny. Let me see if I can kind of fix this a little bit. Okay. That won't work for this one, but... yeah, because he was revived from the auto life the first time, I didn't notice it. I was like, wait, hold on. What's going on? So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before we have a chance to summon. Yeah, I think you're going to have plenty of time in terms of Phoenix Downs to get this done. The auto Phoenix didn't work. I need to like switch to the armor. That's annoying. So I think with far plane you can kind of switch it, but you can't make it work. Yeah, that's kind of messed things up. But goes to show, you make one little like preparation error and everything kind of goes to shit. I think we can still salvage it again because we have our perfect RNG mod. It's kind of funny how you can just kind of toy with Penance almost, even in no sphere grid to some extent, but I think we don't have the turns. We'll see. Yeah, because Waka isn't there, someone else took it. But now let's see if we can set back up here. So basically none of this should have happened. But we'll see if there's a way to come back here. I kind of want to see how the main like loop works for the second form. Now is auto things going to work? If it doesn't, then okay. So you have to change it in far plane and then also switch to it to activate it. It doesn't work otherwise. Okay, so now we can Hyper Mighty G, I think. And then Yuna can summon on the next turn. Now, obviously, we're going to get less turns than we normally should to do what we need to do before Judgment Day comes, and we have to dismiss, but just before. Well, at least on this one, we'll find out what happens if you don't mix just before. The main problem here is obviously that Waka ends up not having auto life as a result, and you kind of need all of them to be in auto life. So at least this form, there's a lot more like going on here. Like it's not, the first form was very simple. It's just like, just bring out your Aeon and you can kind of just crunch through or chip through or whatever method you have to get through. But this form is a lot more like you need to align things. You need to be actually like focused and playing properly. So I've taken it too lightly here. In my head, I'm just like, I just need to resummon the sisters as soon as possible and just get going again. But there's more to it than that. So I'm going to speed back up again. It just takes so long until you get any turns again. So now is a very bad time to summon. So I need to wait here. So we need to summon. We basically need to use Hyper Mighty Guard and then summon before Penance gets a turn. Is it worth it to go with another Aeon before the sisters and use it to... Yeah, could be. Yeah, so I am tracking it, I think. I believe I'm up to 9. Okay, so this is like the kind of setup that we need. Basically, if this fails, which it most likely will, we can kind of start from the second phase in the next one. So now we can do this. I kind of just want to get the Mega Sisters out there and see what it looks like. I want to see that part of the fight. Okay, so now we can summon. Bring out the sisters. And the main thing here is to not screw up before Judgment Day happens. So we can't let the sisters get hit by a Judgment Day. Okay, so the situation here is that Immolation will take away all of your MP, as we've already seen, and that means that if Sandy or Cindy get hit, that's not great because we're going to need them in order to buff and heal and all of that kind of stuff. So I believe the way that the mod works is that Immolation will always target Mindy, and I think that's just generally how it goes. And so we need to buff the sisters, and I believe Sandy and Mindy should be able to basically keep their buffs because they're never going to be killed, I think, in this one, unless you obviously mess something up. So let's see how this goes. Start with... I can't manually control them though here. Right? Oh wait, hold on. I think Coryphean modded it so that when I press fight, it automatically always hits Penance's main body. How is this part of it modded, Coryphean, to make sure like the RNG is perfect? I just always select this. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have like an in-depth kind of look at his one. I know that his video like exists and it's been around for a while, but let's have a quick look. Cindy's fight command is always present and always makes her use a physical attack on the main body. Okay. Cindy's help each other is always present, makes her use Curaga on Mindy. Sandy's fight is always present. Okay. Fence. Okay, so I think we basically always use... there is no like do as you will. Or manual control. Okay. So I think like basically the way Coryphean's done it, he's already kind of predetermined what moves need to happen for this strategy to work. So this is more like it kind of turns into this is Coryphean's strategy, and there's less wiggle room for me to kind of both mess up and to try and do it differently. So I think I kind of have to do it the way it's kind of been set up. So we're going to do this. So we'll see if I play it the right way. 42,000. So now we have to pray that we keep count of Judgment Day properly. I'm not very confident. So the Calamity, again, not important here. The Aeons are immune to the breaks. And Sloga doesn't do anything either. Okay. I think... My next door neighbor is literally doing some work on their house. I can hear drilling. I don't know if my mic's picking it up. If you hear like some kind of drilling noise, that's my next door neighbor. Right, Sado. So the Protector's gone at least, so we're doing a little more damage, which is nice. Okay. So until we get the buffs that we need, I'm going to keep defending with Sandy. But then once we have them, it should be a bit better. So now we can keep Mindy nice and healed. Yeah, it's just out damaging the healing, unfortunately. There we go. But I think with haste we should be able to now keep up. Alright, now things are heating up. Let's see what we can do. Hey Syraxis, welcome to stream. Good to see you. Sorry, I've been trying to focus in a little bit more now that things have got a little more serious here. Is there anything left to do defensively for her? It's just protect haste. And yeah, Mindy needs protect, Mindy needs haste, and the three sisters need haste. I think they already all have it, no? Just in case. Yeah, she does an extra Curage if needed. Okay, that's smart. Alright, cool. Right, now I think we can soon start going on the attack here. I'm just going to start right in here. I think one more turn. Or is this going to be Judgment Day here? Shit. I think it's very close. Yeah, you really have to track it turn for turn. I hate Judgment Day tracking. It's so bloody annoying. That's why I wish it kind of had it as like an overdrive gauge. Make it so much easier. Tracking immolations is easy, but then also remembering to track every time you hit it as well. That's when it starts to get annoying. So I'm not sure. Cindy's hit it once. Mindy's had 2 Posados. Sandy's hit once. This is where I wish I could have save states. I have a feeling it's going to be Judgment Day. But I'm like literally 50-50 on whether it's going to be Judgment Day or not on the next turn. My immolation count is 15, but I forgot to track the hits that I've done on Penance. Yeah, I think I'm going to dismiss here. Let's see if I was right. I have a feeling it's got one more move in it. Oh, I was right. Okay. Yeah. Good call, Zhao. So we managed to successfully navigate Judgment Day. Now let's see what happens afterwards as a result of this mod. So you guys are welcome to track with me. Just remember that anytime I do damage to Penance, it's a +1. And every time Penance uses an immolation, it's also a +1. So let's see what happens now. Everyone's back. And let's see how soon we're going to be able to get the summon. It'd be hilarious if each hit of Pasado counted towards Judgment Day. Seriously, that would have been insane. Alright, here we go. Number 1. At least it's easier to track when it's just the characters, because we're not going to be attacking. So still a lot of work to do, but we're almost set up with the Mega Sisters now. I think we pretty much are, so we can really start to do some big damage. Alright, there's immolation number 2. And remember, the chances of like this all playing out, if you don't have this mod on, like just in terms of you take Judgment Day, auto life works, and then you're supposed to try and resummon, again, it's just completely nuts. Like all of these series of moves that you're seeing here, hitting the characters that they do for like immolation, it's wild. Immolation number 3. I think it's 4 immolations every time, no? Let's just speed it up a bit here. Now, is Riku going to get the turn first? She is, but we can't summon just yet. There's immolation 4. After they die, Riku's a tier quicker than Yuna, so she should always get that turn first. And here we go. So basically you take 4 immolations, and then you are ready to basically repeat the loop once more. And it will basically, I think, work out like this every single time, as long as you predict Judgment Day correctly. That's the main part. So from here on out, it becomes a bit of a Judgment Day tracking fight. If you can manage to do that properly, then I think you should be able to bring it home from here. But as you've seen, it can be a bit tricky to track it. So, since like every attack like contributes towards it, is it better to basically only have Mindy like increasing the counter where possible, so that we get as many hits from Mindy as possible before a Judgment Day? Not sure. You play around with that idea a little bit first. I think for this one it's worth... Right, we do have max HP, so what's the point? So 40,000, that's number 5. Should be a +5. Now we're on +6. Okay. That's another one. 7. So I'm going to just try and only have Mindy attack for the most part. See what happens, honestly. I don't know. So these are kind of thrown away turns here, but my kind of logic is that maybe it's better to do this, because then Judgment Day takes longer. So like, for every +1 Judgment Day charge, you get to do more damage as a result. I don't know if that works out. I haven't kind of properly tried to calculate it, but maybe. Before you're on right now facing Penance, how could you beat all the Dark Elves without Sphere? You need to tune into my playlist for that. I literally have a playlist that shows all of that stuff. But the general idea is your characters need to be prepared with a lot of very high level equipment, and your Aeons will do a lot of heavy lifting, and to increase the stats of your Aeons you need to use the Summoner's Soul and do a ton of grinding in the monster arena in order to get the red spheres that you need in order to increase their stats to these types of levels. So it's very, very difficult and hasn't been done by many people, but it is possible. Now this fight, on the other hand, is not, but it's been fun to kind of see it in action still. Okay, I think I'm gonna. Posado is generally still quite slow, so I still feel like I need to go on the attack a bit. I think we're halfway there. I might have messed up the tracking again. I think I should be close. When it's my party, I've got to remember to keep a track on the HP. I can't see how much HP it has left, like this. Let's just use these opportunities. Another 2 added on. Okay, let's heal. I believe this is 16. I'm going to stop here and hope I'm not completely off. Can the sisters survive Judgment Day with auto life? I'm pretty sure they can, but they lose. Did they lose their MP? Was that the reason why? Yeah, that's true. Let's see if I messed it up. Yeah, I messed it up. Damn it. Yeah. Judgment Day tracking is just a pain in the ass. But there you go. That's what happens. Rip. Yeah, that's how basically I kind of knew that there was a chance it was coming, and with Mindy I kind of wanted to do nothing. But obviously, again, if you're really trying to control the Mega Sisters, you can't really force Mindy to take a break and do nothing. So that's a problem. I kind of had to use Posado with Mindy with the way this is set up. If I had the manual control mod for the sisters, I would have basically skipped the turn. That's what I was looking to do. And then when I realized that I couldn't, I was like, shit, I'm in trouble now. Let's see. I just want to see like how much damage a normal Aeon does. Elemental at this stage. Does Mindy still deal pitiful damage to the arms? See, that's what I was also looking into. Like, I kind of want to combine the manual Mega Sisters mod with this, where I'd basically kind of keep one arm dead all the time. But I'm sure Carifian's thought of that. What about that strategy, Carifian, where if we had like full manual control of the sisters, we would keep like the right arm dead, for example, and and then just attack. Basically, Penance doesn't use Judgment Day as a result. Is that doable? I feel like it's not because... I think it's not because of... I mean, it feels like it could work. It would slow down your damage output. I feel like no way you keep arms dead in between its turns. Yeah. Because basically the problem is, let's say it reaches 20 on the Judgment Day counter and it's going to use it next. Then you basically, let's say you killed the arm and the arm came back. And Penance's turn is going to be very, very soon. You would never have enough time to kill the arms. Well, kill even one arm, for that matter. So, yeah. I don't know if there's some kind of juggling act you could try and do with keeping both of the arms, like, health low and then exchanging between the two, but I think basically, like, more than likely, it seems to me that what Karifian's got so far, the way that he's kind of predetermined this fight, I think it looks pretty good to me. I can't really see anything different in terms of how I would do it. Yeah, again, there's just kind of not enough. Because they can't do as much damage as like your normal characters with Celestials, they just can't... they just can't do it that way, I think. It just wouldn't work. Just not do enough damage. So I want to bring like an Elemental Aeon back out at this stage. I just want to see how long they'd last. So let's bring out the Freet. Yeah, this is basically the only MP that I can use for now before it all gets taken away. And this is going to hurt. Yeah, so now we try and get some MP back. Ah, but it's already been done, right? So there's no MP left to get back. So you kind of have no choice. You have to just do this. So basically you're not going to last very long. Maybe I should have even done Protect first, maybe? I don't know. I guess Riku could kind of toss a Turbo Ether or something. You could kind of make that work possibly somehow. I think there's some interesting things you can do when Penance is set up to behave this way. Like, obviously this is very outside of the ordinary, but... yeah, because like you saw for one of the turns that I had, I think it was either Yuna or Riku, I kind of had to skip a turn. And I guess you could use that turn to toss a Turbo Ether so that your Elemental Aeon can come in and at least do a Lancet or something. Like get one Lancet. So I think if you got really close and you messed something up, you might be able to get over the line with one of your Aeons. So this might be something I play with a little bit kind of off screen, where I can like fully focus in on the fight, and then might be an upload that I make later. Can you revise this as using far plane and finish the fight? Probably. Yeah, it's more so I'm just not good enough at focusing on things, multiple things at the same time, I think. You guys are very good in terms of the chat, but I think when things get intense and there's lots of tracking involved, I kind of feel like too much of an obligation to look at the chat and engage with the chat instead of like literally focusing in on my tracking and just like ignoring the chat for a really long period of time and playing really slowly, which might be less fun to watch, etc. So I think I'm just not enough of a pro streamer to kind of do it that way. That's always, for me, that's always what Penance eventually becomes. It's like, it's a very long fight. It's can you keep your kind of focus for a long enough period of time, basically. Got it under 7 million at least on my first attempt with this mod. It's decent, I guess, but yeah, the mess up with Judgment Day was bad. I just really wish I could have got Mindy to kind of do nothing. Instead, I really wanted that to happen, but oh well. Alright, just in time. Let me have a little look at Farplane here. Yeah, I don't think you can revive Aeons mid-fight. Can you do that? Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, once your Aeons are dead in battle, they seem to stay dead, unless Coryphean knows something I don't, which is often the case, but for this one at least I don't see a menu for it. The battle menu only has your party, and not the Aeons. Yeah, Coryphean's never made that mistake before, so he wouldn't need to do things like that. He's too good for that. But you can see, even with all of this level of cheating, you can still very easily mess something up and have it not work. But I think the proof of concept is more than there. Basically, if I had dismissed the Magus Sisters at the right time, then you basically get yourself into a nice loop of being able to resummon them every time. So I think that's like the general idea here. Yeah. But you can mess around with some of this stuff. So I think because it's already been like 2 hours and 45 minutes, I think I'm good to kind of slowly start to wind down. I'll still hang around in this fight for as long as I can, but the fight, I think without the Magus Sisters, is basically over. I don't think there's any way you're going to do that much damage. You only need to hit about 1,000 1 in 3 chances in a row. Shinryu on steroids is pretty accurate. Okay. Literally doing this for like future elemental Aeons that I summon. Just twisting the rules a bit. To be honest, the rules don't change. Like in terms of like the fight, it's just like we're just steering luck in the direction we need it to. Yeah, this has already been way more like, this is a very slow version of it as well. Yeah, these are streamer luck streams. Streamer luck is different. Yeah, the way it's been going, I'll probably fail the Zanmato, honestly. Let's summon Ixion next. Alright. I still think the one move we have is best used for haste. And cut that part out of the VOD. Yeah, just show the death animation, just be like sometime later, and then just show the death animation, but really it was from Zanmato. Get some MP back. As I say, Coryphean's had this fight on his channel for like, I think the video's like 5 months old or 7 months old or something, so definitely go watch his version just to see like how it's done properly. I think for me at least, since it's been my first actual like attempt with the mod and like trying to do everything, I think it's been good to kind of see how it's all working, and I've got the point now. I see what's needed, but it would just need to be an attempt where I really kind of lock it all in and make it happen. Now, before my MP is drained, is there anything else I should really be doing here? You're already protected. I think from here we just go. Yeah, the fight is definitely not for it. I wouldn't say it's like a very hard fight or anything like that. It's like, it's tricky and it requires focus, but I would say it's not that hard. Literally, it's just like playing very slowly and methodically and tracking Judgment Day for this form. and the rest of it's pretty much a lock-in. So I would say it still falls on like the medium difficulty end of the spectrum, but still needs a little bit of practice and getting used to it and just like concentrating. Can't we do this for Shinryu too? Yeah, we kind of de facto did it with Farplane and that kind of thing, but for me it was like we prove what we need to prove, but the rest of it doesn't matter. Streamer claims no spirit of penance isn't hard. Yeah, all you have to do is steer an impossible amount of luck in your favor, and then it becomes, I would say, medium difficulty fight. Yeah, just the progress is just slow. When you're only doing 40k at a time, it takes forever. I mean, Karifian, do you reckon there is some kind of sustainable way to use your elemental Aeon? What I mean is basically do what I'm doing here, roughly, and then if you dismiss the Judgment Day at the correct time and your party gets hit, so Ixion would survive, as a result he'd be dismissed instead, and then I toss a Turbo Ether or two. Like, it's a slower version, but could you do it without the Mega Sisters, you think? Like, the damage output would definitely be far less, but is it possible? Like, there's no reason to do it that way, but like, I'm just thinking, like, if for whatever reason you're like, I don't want to do it with the Mega Sisters. Yeah, because you can basically feed your Elemental Aeon enough MP that they can survive through until Judgment Day while also doing some damage. And then it's a sustainable loop because you could resummon them and then get them to heal themselves. So it feels like maybe it's doable. It's not better, of course, than using the Mega Sisters, but I'm just trying to think of something a bit different rather than literally just completely what Karifian's already kind of laid out for us here. It's just amazing how many kind of opportunities it can open up for you when Penance and the Arms behave this way. The fight just becomes completely different as a result. Yeah, so maybe I'll just do a no Mega Sisters version. Like, one Aeon does the entire fight as like an extra layer. But for now, at least, I think we're basically kind of going to be stuck around this kind of number. I want to get below halfway, and then I think I'm going to stop. Because I think you have time to toss at least a couple of Turbo Ethers before the next summon opportunity. I just don't know if you'd have the Phoenix Downs if you tried to do it with a single Aeon. What do you say, Karifian? Do you think single Aeon, no Sphere Grid Penance with the perfect RNG mod is possible? What about that? Yeah, you don't have to use up that many, but I feel like your damage up would be really slow if you tried to do it with single Aeon. I imagine it's possible without Aeons if you use Trio, Quad 9 and attack reels, and Waka doesn't die. Ooh. Nah, surely not. I think the Arms would just eat up too many turns, and the Phoenix Downs and stuff, I don't think it would work. You just wouldn't have the damage output. I think that's a step too far. Like, yes, Penance has been made way easier, but I think that's a little... I think that's a bit of disrespect there. I don't think you're beating this guy without summoning. That's not going to happen. But single Aeon, I think that's the one that kind of interests me. At least it'll be a little bit different to what Karifian already has. So behind the scenes, I might spend a little bit of time messing with that and see if I can do a little bit of a, like a single Aeon no sphere grid penance. Assuming perfect RNG on attack reels targeting you, you need 100 attack reels to kill. And you're probably going to get way more than one death between those. So Phoenix Downs wise, it's not possible. And yes, there is a small matter of phase 1, which I kind of need to remember. So yeah, I think single Aeon is on the table, but no summoning is, I'd say no. But I think realistically for these Aeons you probably need 2. You need 2 Turbo Ethers, because you probably want some Protect. Without Protect you're taking a lot of damage. So at least I can heal up to max 1 time here. And then for kicks, just throw in one of those. Well, you can have Protect already set up in phase 1. Yeah, exactly. I just meant, like, for this particular thing that I'm doing now, where I'm just resummoning. But in, like, a true single Aeon version, I think that's what you'd be looking to do. So I think if after that, I think even a single Turbo Ether might be enough, where basically it would wear you down. What about the cheers? When you dismiss and return an Aeon, do the cheers stay? If they do, then that makes it even better. It would be the same in terms of, like, tracking Judgment Day would still be one of the biggest factors of the fight, but it might be quite interesting. And it'd be kind of a fun way to do it. It would be like a weird kind of collaboration between the party members where they're literally tossing the NP that is needed to win. Because obviously Penance would be constantly draining it away while the characters keep replenishing it. It'd be kind of funny. So I think using one of the elemental Aeons the entire way through might be a pretty unique way to win this fight. I think it's worth a test. But yeah, in the meantime, I think for like the kind of correct implementation of this particular mod and strat, you should definitely check out Karifian's channel and video about this. If you type in like Karifian Penance, it'll be the first video. So obviously these are all wrong. This is just like end of the session shenanigans here. You'd be dismissing before this and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it would be still using the RNG hack, yeah. Ah, okay. Nice. Good to know. Okay. But you can see how slow the progress is. Like, still, Shiva had a pretty decent round there, and we didn't exactly do a huge amount. Yeah, it's been a lot of chat. My voice is starting to go, so I think it's a good time to start to wrap this up. So I think this will conclude my journey in terms of live streams, going back to Final Fantasy X No Sphere Grid. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you all for joining me on these adventures. It has been great to kind of revisit these fights, try out some of these mods and hacks, and to try, well, eventually we defeated No Sphere Grid Nemesis. That was a big highlight, and I've got to see at least kind of how is it even vaguely possible to defeat Penance. And as I say, I think what I will do is I will try to put a real kind of conclusion on all of this material by off-screen working on a No Sphere Grid Penance win. Of course, using this perfect RNG hack, but if we can put that together, and maybe even with a single Aeon, it'd be a nice way to literally have every single meaningful post-game boss, like basically Shinryu, Nemesis, all of the Dark Aeons and Penance all defeated in basically varying degrees of legitimacy on the channel. So I think that'd be really nice. But for now, I'm going to sign off. Thank you all so much. Thank you to Corefian as always. Amazing work on these little mods and these things to help content creators like me do my thing and provide entertainment for you guys. And speaking of, no pressure, Corefian. And if needed, we can always just kind of delay things a little bit. It's not, I think, a massive rush. But if you are up for trying to do like every enemy has auto haste, I am interested in trying a challenge like that as the next kind of fortnightly Tuesday live stream series. So if we can cook something like that up, then that's what you can expect next. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, on Friday, we will continue the Final Fantasy X Masters mod as well. So thank you all for watching. I will see you guys soon. Take care.